Welcome back everybody to another awesome Steam X gaming video, and this time we find ourselves bored after work with nothing to do. So we hit the internet and we find COTA Karting, one of the most awesome go-karting institutions here in Central Texas, and you better believe we're gonna get it in tonight and have all of the fun. I do love go-karting. It seems to be the best balance between a small pocketbook and a lot of fun. So unfortunately we weren't able to get the first race recorded, but we did do an awesome job. We got first place with a fastest lap time of 55 seconds, .716. So now I just want y'all to pay attention to this skyline in the background. What you get is the top of turn 1 of COTA. You get the moon. You get everything on this back straight. It's very picturesque, and I definitely love coming down the back straight of the stretch. But now we've started, the race is going, race 2. And immediately we got a challenger on our outside. He's an awesome driver. Takes me on the inside on the very next corner, and he just drives away. He's absolutely gone. I try my best to keep up with this guy, but I don't know whether he's lighter than me or his card is more juice than mine. But he's gone. He leaves me behind, and we are just gonna run our race and see what we can do from here. We got some more decent passes coming up here. I love this little hairpin after a part of the track that's had me confused. Every time I come here, I don't know whether you're supposed to cut across that red and just get as close as you can to the anti-cut strips, or if you're supposed to stay on the white lines. But I was overhearing some people talking, some people that work here at the go-kart track, and apparently the limit of the track is the cut strips, so you can cut everything up until those cut strips. Once you hit those cut strips, that's when you start getting penalties, and that's when times start not counting. But we tuck it in right, and we hit this big, long left-hander. Big, long left-hander is extremely important because it leads to the longest straight in the race. Take our pass on the inside, and we are on with the rest of the race. End up spending a lot of time alone until we come up to this guy. And everybody in this race, everybody was decent. Everybody was clean, and nobody was very salty like you saw at the beginning of the video. And don't worry, we will be getting to the salt mine. I will tell you everything that happened with the middle-aged man that tried to run me off the road, or actually succeeded in running me off. So to set all of that up, I want y'all to pay attention to this. I hit my left-hand corner. I seem to be going super fast. I cut to the left, and boom, there's a cart there. And this GoPro has about the same field of view that I have. I did not see that guy there at all, but I heard him. I heard him at the last minute. I was able to move. I was able to avoid him. But it's another one of them drivers that is just, he's juiced. He's gone. He's left me behind. He's in a whole nother league. These guys were putting up 53s, 54s, while I was putting up 55s. So I definitely have some improvement to do as I continue to go back to this go-kart track. But we do our best to follow anybody that passes us up, try to do what they do. And actually, surprisingly, on the right hand, tucked into the side, that two-seater cart, those things are surprisingly quick too. They'll get just about as fast as the carts that we're in, as you'll see here. I'm vying for position on this gentleman here. Try to cut into the inside, and we're pretty much neck and neck here. But you'll see this double-seater cart, it's got no problem keeping the same speed that I'm keeping, even though it's carrying almost double the weight, or maybe 1.5 times the weight. But get into the inside corner, get a little drift going in, and we punch it down the back straight, and we are out and away from all of that mess on to the next battle. Now, for sure, one of the biggest problems I have on this track is once you hit this right-hander and tuck your cart into the right side, the track gets very bumpy at that point, and you lose a lot of traction. It gets very hard to hit the apex on this left-hand corner. But we're getting it. We're doing our best to get it down and learn it. And as we start going to this track, more and more and more of these apexes are going to be way easier to hit. These carts are going to be way easier to control. At least by the third race, I kind of had the slip angle of the cart figured out, and I was able to throw the cart like through this specific corner. I could throw it through this corner without lifting off of the gas at all. And on the first race, I was not able to do that. Alright, and what we have for you here is a full lap at COTA Karting. Everything else has been cut up to this point, so if you just pay attention here, I'm going to go ahead and shut up for a minute, and you can enjoy a full lap at COTA Karting. Never underestimate an individual's ability to be an idiot. And in case you just missed it, those two guys are taking huge shortcuts, and they continue to do so for the entire night. Just a little tip for these carts. You are able to slide up on the lever that I'm about to grab onto right there. Slide it up, grab the steering wheel, and pull your butt forward, and it slides the seat all the way forward, get you nice and close to that steering wheel. And now we're sitting and getting ready for the final race of the night. There was some confusion where I wasn't scheduled for the races I was supposed to be scheduled for, so I ended up getting put in the very last race of the night, and let me tell you, drama ensued. I don't know why, but people don't like to be slow. And you're gonna find out that here in just a minute. But anyways, for right now, we're cruising, and the carts are limited at this point. They're not going up to their full potential, so we're just cruising and enjoying a nice ride in a nice warm Texas night breeze. Now, something I noticed immediately with this cart is that it pulled very heavily to the right. I don't know why. I don't think it impacted my driving too much, but it did have a tendency to pull to the right very hard. And another thing I was dealing with this cart is that it seemed like it was about 30% faster than any of the other carts that I was in. If you see, I'm flying around people, inside, outside, doesn't matter what side. I am just absolutely hunting kids down and passing them like they're standing still in this cart. So I don't know if there was any difference or anything like that between this cart and the last, but I do know it felt more powerful, and it was pulling to the right very hard. Another difference was the seatbelt was different. Instead of having a 4-point restraint harness, it was just a seatbelt like a regular car that would just come across you, and it confused me for a minute. I had to get somebody to help me put it on. So now it is your turn to be the judge of whether I deserve to be smashed into a wall or not. Look at the guy right ahead of me. We're gonna hit this hairpin. I accidentally misjudge it, and I give him a little touch, but I back off. I take my foot off the gas, and you know, that's his spot. He deserves that spot. I shouldn't have hit him like that. It's a total mistake. So we go ride to the left, getting ready to just punch around the outside of this corner because he's taking everything, and whack, just straight into the wall. Just, you know, I personally thought that was a little bit of a dick move and a little bit of an retaliation. I don't think that the hit that I gave him was nearly as bad as that. But as we drove for the rest of the night, it was no issue for me to pass this guy up. As you see, he was a very poor driver. But I also kind of figured that maybe this guy thought that I was somebody else, or thought that I was one of his friends, and just tried to run me off the road. Because like I said before, earlier in the video, it is kind of hard to see who is in the cart next to you, but you can tell that the cart's there, but it's not very easy to tell who's in the cart. So back to round 2 on the chicane that I took him out on before, and I just get an absolutely beautiful exit and make sure to cut this guy's dotted line down so that he knows that I'm angry at him. No getting on the brakes at all, punch all the way through. And once we're through and away from him, we throw up our nasty hand gesture to let him know that he will never, ever, ever be as fast as Sting. And from that point on, for the rest of the night, the race was pretty peachy. We didn't have any more run-ins with anybody in a negative way from that point on. And here is another hot lap for y'all. This one is a night hot lap, and I'm going to shut up and let y'all watch it. I hope everybody enjoyed that hot lap. And now some action right afterwards. We're gonna take the double cart on the right side, get into that chicane, take the cart that chose the inside line, ultimately putting him in the worst possible line for the chicane. We take him in the chicane, and we are setting up Mr. Red Shirt here into my favorite corner, foot all the way down, no letting off, make sure to control the slip angle, and we're away. And you'll see this is gonna be a little bit more of a battle with this individual, because no matter how many times I try to undercut him, he cuts his line short every single time and forces me back to the end. And I guess you would call it good defending, but he chose the inside line that time, and it's the wrong choice. We take the inside, we take the outside, punch into the inside, and it gets us around that corner, no issue. We get a few more passes here. We get a pass in the confusing section of the race where I don't know if you're supposed to cut or not, but I think you're supposed to, but maybe you're not. And we get a few more overtakes here. Got another, there's actually a series of overtakes that is coming up where we just overtake everybody that we come near. Go around the outside. We think about cutting back to the inside, but this individual in front of me has kept the inside line. So we take it back to the outside, and this is where the fastest person I have ever seen on this track just comes out of nowhere. Boom, there he is. I have no idea where he came from. And watch me try to fight to keep up with this guy. And you'll see he did not cut the track there. And at that point, that's when I really started questioning, do I cut the track there or do I not? Because this guy's time ends up being a 52 point such and such and such. I think his overall skill level, he's ranked number 3 at this track for overall skill level. So he knows what he's doing. And I'm trying my best to keep up with him. And he's gone. He's just absolutely gone. There's nothing I can do about it. Definitely a driver I want to be like when I go back to this track. So we will be practicing this track as much as we can to get to the level that guy is at. Because look, he's an alien and he's gone. Not even in the same league. But like I said, racing is fun. It's about challenging yourself and getting better and shaving those seconds off. And I really enjoyed my time at COTA Karting. And I'm going to shut up now and let this next clip play, and hope y'all enjoy it. We bring the cart back for the final time of the night. Watch me take my hands off the steering wheel, and you can see how this cart does absolutely pull to the right. That's what I was fighting for the whole race, but nonetheless, we had a fun time. It's not a complaint at all. Pull up, end of the race, get nut to butt. We're gonna hop out of the go-kart, and we go right over to check our times, and we end up in second place with a 56.841 behind first place, the guy who came flying by me who had a 52.xxx, and we are going to try to get there soon. Good night of go-kart, second place, not with the fastest time that we've had all night, but second place nonetheless. That guy in first place, when he came by me, bro, like his car, he was juiced, bro, he was juiced. That was a lot of fun. We worked up a sweat. We're gonna go home, work on this video for y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy it. We got some, we even got a little bit of drama tonight, bro. We got some drama, people trying to run me off the road. All right, y'all, take it easy.